Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, great for recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, leave the video a like, drop me a comment, and by all means, share it with anybody who might get something out of it. Guys, wow, what a great day. Happy Friday, 82 degrees and sunny here in Boston, and of course, you guys know Friday's my home group, my AA meeting, my noontime gratitude group. Loving the new church. Anybody in the area, the University Lutheran Church in Harvard Square, right behind Pinocchio's Pizza, please. At least our meetings 12 to 1 Monday through Friday, Friday being my home group. And I think 2 more weeks I get to start chairing the meeting, and I'm super excited. They actually started going down the list of opening and closing the church up for me, because I'm going to be, responsible for that for the next 3 months. And guys, it's awesome. I love my life in recovery. I love the fact that I found a meeting that I love so much that I'm now actually going to end up chairing it. Again, just one more gift in recovery. And again, it's not a big deal, but it is to me, because it's about being welcomed in. It's about being a part of something, and it's about the fact that I can't believe that this is where I'm at in life, because in the past, when I tried getting in recovery, I could never get involved like that, and I love the idea that I'm excited to be of service to the group. So, guys, the reading today is exactly about that, ironically, fellowship, service to the group. It's about fellowship, but I'm throwing it anyway. Fellowship. In recovery, our joys are multiplied by sharing good days, our sorrows are lessened by sharing the bad. For the first time in our lives, we don't have to experience anything alone. When we practice using the steps and the other tools of our program to work through our hardships, we become able to take pleasure in the joys of living clean. But our joys pass all too quickly if we don't share them with others. While hardships borne alone may be long in passing, in the fellowship recovery we often multiply our joys and divide our burdens by sharing them with one another. We addicts experience pleasures in recovery that sometimes only another addict can appreciate. Fellow members understand when we tell them of the pride we take today in fulfilling commitments, the warmth we feel in mending damaged relationships, and the relief we experience in not having to use drugs to make it through the day. When we share these experiences with recovering addicts, they respond with similar stories. Our joy is multiplied. The same principle applies to the challenges we encounter as recovering addicts. By sharing our challenges and allowing other recovering addicts to share their strength with us, our load is lightened. The fellowship we have in recovery is precious share. The fellowship we have in recovery is precious sharing together. We enhance the joys and diminish the burdens of life in recovery. And then the affirmation is, just for today, I will share my joys and my burdens with other recovering addicts. I will also share in theirs. I am grateful for the strong bonds of fellowship. And guys, again, it sums it up really well. It's funny, as I'm reading this reading, I'm thinking about how many times I've had to say in my videos, if you've been in addiction, you understand, or the things I'm describing may seem like normal adulthood things to anybody not in recovery, but to those of us coming out of it, they're big deals, and that's exactly it. That's one of the major draws of being in a support group, guys. There's so many things that change the parameters of our lives for the situations we've been through. When you can share openly with people that understand the significance in the situations, the relationships, the actions, the feelings, the joy, the burden, it just makes it so much easier. It's so much less isolating when you understand that others have felt, especially when you're going through something and you hear somebody else share not only their version of the same thing, but how they got through it. That gives such hope, guys. There's so much power. There's so much power in the halls of recovery, because we openly share with each other. I say it every week, the wisdom I hear, I love. And it used to be like, I'd just sit there and I'd be all worried, when am I going to speak? And I'd just worry about it, and I wouldn't hear anything else. I was so concerned with what I had to say. No, that's not such a big deal. Like, I try to put effort into it because I want to share something that's going to help somebody else. But that whole anxiety factor of, and then not, having, to the point where it cuts everybody else out is gone. I just share openly from the heart. I spend no time thinking about what I'm going to say. It really because I'm more concerned with hearing what everybody else has to say, because it's amazing to me. It's it's where I get a lot of the next, a lot of my next steps. And again, most of it's through prayer and meditation. But guys, the wisdom of the group, right? The group conscious is absolutely beautiful, and it's amazing to see. As a matter of fact, yeah, I won't even get to specifics, but it's amazing to see other people that come in early, just like other people did with me, and then to watch me progress. Now I'm getting to the point where I get to watch these other people progress. And I'll tell you what, I'm seeing some of the people that came in right around when I did or shortly thereafter, and I'm watching them get healthy and glow and just have the opportunities that are starting to come. Because guys, it takes time. In the early days, it's scary and you don't know. But once you get a rhythm going, once you start working your program for a while, if you are working your program fully into the best of your ability, things are going to get much better. You're going to start to have opportunities come in. And I love seeing these same people that had absolutely nothing going on, but they were trying, watching them now start to go through the classes that they're being offered, job interviews, people getting jobs, and just, starting to be able to live like a normal human being, like a regular adult, a regular, responsible, productive member of society is amazing, right? Guys, as much as this disease of addiction does not discriminate, it will take anybody out. Well, the power of recovery also does not discriminate. It'll give life back to absolutely anybody who works it to the best of their ability, anybody who embraces this program and then just tries to do the best. And it's so funny, guys, I can't help to say it, but there's times early on where you just look at somebody and you identify them with somebody else you knew in recovery that had a similar look, and you're almost a little prejudiced towards it, as much as you don't want to be, prejudiced, but you can't help, you make comparisons, we make comparisons. And then to watch these people that you're just identifying and thinking they're not going to do it, grab that spark and then turn everything around and then watch them just embrace recovery and start spitting wisdom that blows your mind. It's just one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I love my home group. I love the fact that I'm going to get to serve as chair. I love being involved in the meetings. I love just being involved with the group. Like, this is where I'm getting to have some of my closest friends today, because I see, other than work and family, these are the people that I hang out with today, and I hang out with them in my meeting, and we're all in the same city, so I'll see them here and there along the way. But it's absolutely amazing, guys. Find a network of like-minded people trying to do the right thing, guys. And on the flip side of that, I will say, I won't even get into the particular reading, but it's heartbreaking when you see somebody come in that just wants to buck the system. And I've been there. I know what it's like when you don't think you have to give yourself fully to the program and you think you can still get away with it. And sometimes it's people just they're there because courts mandated them to be there, or they're trying to avoid jail time, or they're trying to get a wife or a boyfriend or husband off their back, and they'll sit there and just speak, because we do a round robin and everybody gets a chance to speak, and they have no desire to be in the program, and they just want to sit there and say why this isn't right, that's not right. And you know what? Inevitably, those are the people. And the thing is, in the past, I would just sit back and nod and go, oh, that's one that's going to go back out. And today, I don't have to do that. Today, I'll take the time and not speak directly to them, but I'll tailor my speech to let them know that, hey, I was once in that same boat. And you know what happened? I went right back to using drugs every single time. None of us can do this on our own. We all need a power greater than ourselves to restore us to sanity. Like, literally, there's a reason we read that word for word as such, because it's absolutely true. Guys, these principles have been put into effect for over, I think coming up on 100, close to 100 years. They've saved hundreds of thousands, if not millions of lives. Like, they work for a reason. If you want to get better, you can get better, but you've got to work the program. You got to be willing. And again, everybody's program may be a little bit different, but in the early stages, the smartest thing, the best thing, the only thing to do is adopt the willingness just to take suggestions and lead. I'm not saying you have to live that way for the rest of your life. You have to take everything anybody tells you to do, but have the willingness to adopt it and try it. Give it a shot and see what honestly works. At least that way, when you fail, you have an idea. Or if you fail, you have an idea of what you did wrong, and at least you took the step and tried. More often than not, guys, if you're here legit and you really want to get clean, you really want to rebuild your life, you're going to find that the most powerful suggestions are the ones that you thought you didn't apply to you, or the ones that bothered you the most. Those are going to be the ones where 6, 8 months, a year down the road, you're going to go, oh my God, thank God I understood that one that bothered me was the most important, because now that I've applied that to my life, I'm getting X, Y, and Z in ways that I never thought possible. Guys, it's how I feel every week. It is all the areas that I thought didn't matter, weren't important, didn't apply to me, thought I was the exception to the rule. Those are all the places that held me back, and this is all the reasons that I would fail every single time. This time around, I thank God was given the desire to do whatever it takes, the willingness to just drop everything and just do as I was told, and the insight to understand when I was feeling like I was taking my free will back. Because the only thing that's ever gotten me into trouble is me running amok with my own free will, right? And not giving myself the opportunity to do well. Today, that's not the case. Today, I'm so bought into the program. And again, I'm not out there preaching. I'm not out there shoving it down anybody's throat. This is a voluntary channel. Everybody knows full well it's recovery. I hope to God people are getting something out of it. It means the world to me. But I know I'm getting a shitload out of it, because it's keeping me accountable for my actions. It's keeping me accountable to my recovery. And it's given me blessings that I never thought possible. Like and it just continues to grow, guys. But the thing of it is, guys, that my personality, everything that has changed in my life is because I've changed. And now I understand it's not that I'm running the show, but in order to attract better circumstances, I had to put out a better vibration, a better resonance, a better attractor, right? It's not that I have the power or the control. Yes, I've taken a lot of power back in my life, but I'm not out here exercising power. What it is I've gotten God's power to understand that I want to live in His image. I want to be an extension of my source energy, of my God, my higher power. And I want to live from that place. So for me, it's like everybody's path can be a little bit different, but I've come to understand that everything I was doing wrong was when I was trying to be an outlaw, I was trying to be a biker, I was trying to be an intimidating, tough guy. And yeah, I'm a very strong person. I've been through more than most people can handle, and I can handle more. So there, with that becomes a life's, what am I trying to say? Jesus Christ, sorry, fucking mind fart over here. A life's experience list that makes me somebody that people aren't going to mess with, they're not going to get over on. But I'm not out here trying to be intimidating. I'm out here trying to work from the cause, understanding that I've got a heart bigger than most 10 men combined, so I'm leading from that area. I'm not out here trying to look imposing or trying to look tough. I go to the gym because I'm trying to be healthy, and it makes me happy to see how strong I can get, how much weight I can put on, how much muscle I can put on. It makes me feel good about who I am. It makes me a better worker all day long. But I don't walk around trying to bump people in the chest and hit chip shoulders or picking fights or trying to put somebody else down. On the contrary, I understand that all the beauty in my life comes from kindness and joy and love. So I'm out here trying to show people that even somebody with my background that looks like I do and has been through what I have can let that all go. Don't have to portray something you're not. Can lead from a place of loving kindness, charity, respect, and get accolades for it. And and there's just a quiet respect that comes with that, because I'm not out here doing anything that anybody would want to disrespect me for, and I'm not I don't. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, guys. It's just a beautiful thing. It's about being the person you really are, the best version of the person you really are. We all have strong points, we all have deficiencies, we all have positive aspects to us, and we all have negative. I'm still finding, I'll give you a prime example, guys. I caught myself in this one. The parking at the new church is tough. I drove by a bunch of parking spots at the old church on my way to the new one, and a part of me said, all these parking spots up here, I know I should just stop and park my truck. I have plenty of time to get to the meeting. These meters take more quarters, I don't run the risk of a ticket. But the last couple weeks I've had good luck finding parking. So I dismissed it and I drove down. Well, sure enough, I circled Harvard Square 3 times, could not find a parking spot. But then right in plain view of the window of my meeting, there are reserve spots that were, plenty of them were open. And I'm like, you know what, I'll take a risk. I'll park right here because I can see the spot from my window, and if anybody comes along, I can run out and move my truck. And then I found myself the whole, they asked me to be the timekeeper today. So, we give 3 minutes to talk, and then a minute warning, and then, a warning, then another minute to wrap up. So I'm doing the timekeeping, and it was fine. It didn't interfere. But as I realized halfway through the meeting that every time somebody got near my truck, somebody parked behind it, they opened the door. Like, now I'm more preoccupied with not getting my truck towed, not getting a ticket, and it was taken away from it. And I realized as I walked out of there, I'm like, I'm literally, see, that's me being out of alignment. That was something opposite of who I am, and therefore it took away, and it made me feel like, it didn't make me feel good when I was not giving the meeting my full attention. And it bothered me. I didn't disrespect anybody. Nobody else noticed. And other people noticed what I was doing and said, oh, keep behind the truckway as well. But I know, okay, well, that was wrong. I did something I shouldn't have done. I got away with it this time. But it bothered me. And that's the beauty. This is why I send things up. Because this is how you know you're on the right track. Now I won't do it again because I didn't like the feeling that it gave me. And it's not even about the truck getting towed or ticketed, because I would have seen it and I could have paid it. But it was about doing something I knew was wrong because I thought I could get away with it, and the way that it made me feel. Yeah, I got away with it, but it didn't make me feel good. It took away from the experience of my meeting today. Therefore, that reason alone, I won't do that again. That's what I mean by being the best version of yourself. We don't have to be perfect, guys. But when you catch yourself, here's the difference. That could have gone two ways. I could have said to myself, oh, I didn't have to spend, $2 parking my truck for that hour today. I'll try that again next week, and then so on and so forth until eventually somebody takes notice of it and I end up getting towed or getting in trouble or causing me a problem. Instead, I did it today and said, okay, well, I get away with it, but I didn't feel good. I didn't like the way that went. So next week, you bet your ass I'll be telling you I parked at the old church and walked down. It's a 5-minute walk, guys. God knows I could use the exercise. It's not the end of the world. Guys, that's going to be the video today. Happy Friday, everybody. Anybody from the group, love you all. God bless all of you. Same to anybody watching. Guys, thank you so very much for taking the time. I appreciate it. I love what this channel has done for me. I hope somebody else is getting something out of it. Guys, always remember, God loves you. I love you. Thank you so much. We will see you in the next video.